right.
All right.
This is it. We're doing it now.
Let's do it.
We're doing it right now.
I'm excited. Looking forward to it.
No, you don't look forward to it. What's happening now?
Okay.
It's not. We're not looking forward. We're looking in. We're looking.
Let's see.
I don't know how. How you doing?
Man, my life is so good.
Really?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Move a little closer to the mic.
Yes, man. I'm having a couple car issues.
Okay.
You know, my car's been messing up a little bit lately. That good?
No, you're good.
But other than that, man, I have no complaints.
Yeah.
No complaints. I mean, some days I have bad days. You know what I mean? Like everyone else, but I don't. I kind of look. I'm really good at looking at the glass half full.
Good.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I've kind of trained, worked on looking at the glass half full rather than thinking about what I don't have and how things suck.
Yeah.
And looking at things well, it could be worse.
Yeah.
Because it always could be worse.
What's going on with your car?
Man, our clutch went out.
That's actually not that expensive of a fix though for
$2,000.
Oh, mama pajama. What kind of car are you running?
Subaru. And then
what?
just last week my radiator busted, so I have to do that now.
Dang.
But I mean, I love that little car. It's reliable. But I mean, it's got 170,000 miles on it, so
that's the kind of stuff
it's
that's
about to
gotta
happen.
happen.
It's about to happen. It's at that point.
It's a stick shift?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is I'll never have to do it again.
Right.
So
yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I had to replace the clutch on my little Nissan truck that I was driving.
Yeah.
At 150,000 miles.
Yeah.
I drove it a little hard though.
Well, when I first got it, I was just talking to Andrew about it. When I first got it, I drove it like a bat out of hell, really.
Uh-huh.
And I told Andrew, I came through the parking lot when I first got my car, and Chris stomped out there. And I was like, "Don't be driving through here that fast," I was like, "I understand you got a new car," because Andrew came flying through here, and I was like, Chris is gonna say something. He relax.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I got a good job.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm so grateful
Yeah.
for the opportunity that Oasis has given me.
Yeah.
I love going to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got guys that I get to work with every single day, and what really feeds my soul is seeing guys come in broken. You know what I mean? Because I was broken.
Yeah.
And then they
remember.
leave. When they come in broken, and when they leave, they're just ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're loving life. They got plans. They got goals.
Yeah.
And it's just.
That feeds me too, and I remember when you came in. I remember being you came in, and I remember some of the other folks in your group too, and that was we had a good group that time.
Yeah, man. I was always playing volleyball.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, man. I'm really happy for you. How long you been clean now?
So my clean date is August 5th, 2020.
Yeah. So you've been over a year now.
Over a year and 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Year and some change. Year and some change, man. It's great. I'm so blessed.
Yeah.
And what was different, I don't know what happened this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I couldn't tell you the exact moment. I couldn't tell you what exactly someone said, what I heard at a meeting, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I was talking to someone about this the other day. I came in here ready. You know what I mean? This time I was ready. It was different the other 15, 16 times I've been to treatment.
Damn.
You know what I mean? In my head, I knew I was willing to do whatever it took to get clean.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I started going to the meetings just to be seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Whatever it takes, dude.
I want
to
to
go there and look to scope out chicks and stuff.
Yeah.
Just go to meetings.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes to get you there, just go. You'll hear something.
Started going to meetings just to be seen, to scope out the girls and all that.
Yep.
And then, I noticed my life started getting better.
Right.
You know what I mean? Without me even really try. I don't want to say I wasn't trying, but you know what I mean?
With the minimum amount of effort,
right,
essentially.
right.
Yeah.
Just me doing kind of the basic, back to the basics type thing. And then once I started going to meetings, I started enjoying meetings, started meeting people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just turned
friendships.
and it just blossomed into something just amazing.
Yeah, man. I hear you. The same thing happened to me. God, I love those meetings,
Mm-hmm.
And I know exactly what you mean about how I don't know why this time was different because I was a chronic relapser.
Yeah, me too.
I would come in, get 6 months, 9 months sober, and I'd be like, you know what, I'm good now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good now. I think that's all I needed. I just needed a reset, you know. And that's so stupid, and it's so typical of addicts and alcoholics. Like, I'm good now. That was all I needed.
Yeah.
When it's like, dude, you have a disease. You know what I mean?
And like, you like think like, oh, well, I don't have to do necessarily hard drugs. I can drink.
Right.
But I can drink.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well,
I tried that.
Yeah.
And it just weeks later I was doing things I shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean?
Well, we shouldn't have been drinking.
Right. But today I understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I understand in my head that I am an addict.
Right.
I cannot do drugs.
Yeah.
It will not work out. There's no possible way it could work out. Like there's no way I could hold a job.
Yep.
There's no way I could maintain good relationships with people.
Yep.
There's no way I could keep my family around. There's no way I could keep money in the bank. Like there's
health.
no way. And I was at the beach this past weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was seeing people. You know what I mean? I was seeing people out on the beach like drinking with their friends and stuff. And I was thinking in my mind, I was like, man, damn, that looks fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then I think to myself, like, they could have, it looks fun right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? But what does it look like when they're not out on the beach? You know what I mean? What does it look like when they wake up in the morning?
Yeah.
I don't want to say I envy that, because today I realize I don't need that to make myself happy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I got friends that loyal, like people who respect me. I have people who are loyal to me. Like I could call them, and whenever I need them, they'll pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Family's back in my life. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Family's back in my life. Like that's what makes me happy.
Yeah, man. I hear you.
I don't need drugs or alcohol to. I can deal with my feelings today. I can sit with myself today. You know what I mean? Of course, I have problems, like I said earlier.
Yeah. Car problems, though.
Yeah, car problems. But life on life's terms, and today I can face that head on without having to use drugs or. I mean, I use caffeine, but that's about it. Nicotine.
Hey,
caffeine and nicotine.
Come on.
Yeah. Which is, at a meeting one day, they were talking about that's a mood and a mind-altering substance.
Right.
But it's not detrimental to my life.
Right. It doesn't ruin our lives, yeah.
Right. It's not going to take all the money out of my bank account. It's not going to make me steal.
It's not going to ruin my relationships.
Right.
Yeah, it is a mood and mind-altering substance, but it with caffeine in particular, it's just like, wake you up or whatever and make you more focused, hopefully, if you don't overdo it. But, yeah, man, so what, here's the big question I love to ask people. Did you find something that you fell in love with in recovery, like a new passion or anything that you weren't expecting to discover? Because I found out lots of things about myself that I didn't know. As soon as I got sober, like that first year was like, oh, I don't even like doing this thing that I do all the time. I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to try this. Oh, shit, I love this, whatever it might have been.
I really I fell in love with volleyball when I was in treatment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now with working with these guys, I took them to the park one day where everyone's like on Sundays, everyone kind of hangs out and plays volleyball, and they loved it.
Yeah.
And every single weekend we've been going.
Yeah.
So I'm still playing volleyball. I love volleyball. Anything really outdoors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hiking. I never thought I would enjoy hiking.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy nature and stuff, but hiking up a long trail didn't seem like.
Yeah. Not appealing.
Right. It did not appeal to me, but now it does. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of meditation. Also meditation. You know what I mean?
Sweet. Yeah, that's great.
You know what I mean? Kind of getting out of myself. Kind of sitting in a quiet room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sitting with myself.
Yeah.
I did notice I do not like working on my car anymore. I went to school to work on cars, and I worked on cars for a long time.
Did you really?
Yeah. I was a technician for a long time.
Dang.
And now that I have to, sometimes I don't mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
big work like that, I'm not trying to do that anymore.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And that might change again. At some point you might rediscover your joy in that.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe who knows?
It's just with that clutch, man, that would take so much work. So much work, and I'm just not willing to put in that work.
Yeah.
To do that, I'd rather pay someone to do it. Plus, I don't really have the equipment or the tools to do something like that.
Right, because you have to
lift it up,
yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
It's just. Let's see, what else did I fall in love with, man? Community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whenever I was using, I isolated.
Yeah, me too.
I did not want to be. I didn't even like using with like people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I would go do whatever I had to do and go straight home, be by myself. And now today, like I welcome like people. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, me too.
Of course, I don't just like put myself out there to just about anyone, but I'm willing to help anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm willing to. If someone needs advice or whatever, I'm willing to do that. And that, like I said, that like feeds me. Talking to someone about, it's like a drug that keeps giving. I mean, I don't want to say it's like a drug, but it's like a good feeling in the pit of my stomach when I'm helping someone or someone just gives me. I just give someone some simple advice.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they come to me struggling with something, and
Yeah.
I tell them how I made it through, and then
You're talking about like the fellas that come through the program.
yeah,
the clients.
Or, guys at meetings. It could be anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's such a huge recovery community in Asheville.
Oh my God, it is amazing.
It's amazing, but it's also like, I remember feeling, because of how many newcomers come to meetings in Asheville, it's a little different. Like in LA, a lot of the meetings I come to will have a few newcomers, and all of the like people that have been in recovery for a while really rally around them and everything. I think I don't know, the dynamic is totally different, and I think it can be a little daunting for new folks,
For sure.
because they're surrounded by only new folks a lot of times, so it's really, really important for guys like us to stick around.
For sure. Because like they say, people with 30 days have 30-day ideas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they
Sure.
need someone like you and I to kind of like just be like, yo, that might not be such a great idea.
Yo, I get some 30-day ideas every now and again.
Oh my goodness.
And you call it my sponsor. Okay, so here's another question. What was the end of your using like?
Oh man.
We don't have to go there if you don't want to.
No. I was homeless.
Yeah.
I had exhausted all my resources. You know what I mean? I still had my dad. You know what I mean? I still had my family. I don't want to say that, but I could not live. I could not stay in their houses. You know what I mean? Like, I would steal anything I got my hands on. So they were just like, no more.
Yeah.
So I was like living in my van that I had purchased. Wasn't showering. You know what I mean? I was just a slob, and I was panhandling for money. You know what I mean? I was bottom of the barrel junkie, and I remember my last day using. I woke up. I went and did what I had to do, and then I got on the phone called Lindsay, and she called me, and I talked to her, and she was like, I was trying to like get out, like. No, I wasn't. I was like trying to get one more. You know what I mean? And we talked about it. And I was like, yeah, I can come tomorrow. And then she was like, well, can I call your dad? And they talked to my dad, and my dad called back. She was like, yeah, well, you can go today. And me and my dad sat there and talked about it. And he was like, what do you got to lose? Like, just go today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just kind of sat there and thought about it. I kind of broke down to myself. I was like, man, look at myself. Like, look at me right now.
I'm trying to get one more.
Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm a mess. And it almost makes me emotional thinking about it, because like I was just a mess compared to who I am today. And it's just...
I know, and it's just 1 year too, a little over a year. And just, you're just going to keep on, it's just going to keep on getting better.
Yeah, I mean...
Life happens though too,
life on life's terms, like you were saying, like we say, but... And I just gave it a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, and I haven't really told many people this, but when I left detox, I called someone and I was like, yo, I'll be out in 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming back to my hometown, and I'll be back. You know what I mean? Been a year and some change now, and I never went back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's like a attraction rather than promotion. I saw all these people like really living life and really having fun. And like, for instance, you were a tech here, and like whenever I was here and I saw, you were hiking and you were having fun, you were doing your jiu-jitsu, like you were really like living life. You know what I mean? And I see other people like living life, and I just, it's something I wanted, and I gave it a shot and have nothing to lose. I literally had nothing to lose.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had a dollar in my pocket, I had nothing. All I had was the clothes on my back. And today I have more than I could ever ask for.
God, like the potential, little did we know, is what we had to lose,
Yeah.
We had so much to lose. If you think about it, like the potential of a big life, You know.
Yep. That's a good way to think about it.
You know
what
we,
I mean?
we actually did have everything to lose.
Yeah.
Little did we know. I think that's what gets us clean. Is that like we finally have that realization that I don't want to die. I want this life. You know.
Yeah. And today I do not want to die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Man. Like, don't even think, like, that does not even cross my mind.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I said, some days I have bad days, but
yeah.
I'm a real, like, practical person. You know what I mean? Like, I put down, what do I have to do to get things done?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and if I have a problem, I lay out options that I need to do, and I do them.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't want to say it's simple, but to me, like, the process is simple. Like, knowing what I have to do is simple, but, like, putting in the work is not simple, but it's just something that I have to do, and I'm willing to do. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
Did you, so you came through and you did 30 days of SACOT, and then...
back then there was the alumni house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got welcomed into the alumni house.
Yeah.
I stayed at the alumni house for, I want to say about 5 months.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that, whenever I left was when things were kind of like progressing into what it is now. You know what I mean? So.
And what is it now?
The extended care, like they were changing, they were, I don't want to say they were changing things, but they were just like progressing things into like a better treatment option for clients that come through here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like, I think that's great. And I found some guys that were living in the alumni house with me, and we got a place together.
Right. Great. So you guys kind of stay accountable to each other still,
and I've had to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've had to hold both of the roommates I moved in with accountable, and one of them is no longer there. But I've had to hold both of them accountable, and they hold me accountable too. You know what I mean? I don't want to sound like I don't do anything wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they call me on my shit, and I need people like that in my life, and I realize that today.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, if you called me on my shit, like
that was it.
Like what? Like you don't know me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you don't know what's best for me, but people really do. Like people in my life today really do have my best interests at heart, and it's really warming to know that.
So you did 30 days of like inpatient, and then you did IOP.
I did IOP for I think it's 9 weeks. Yeah.
And then did you do the Oasis model? Did you have a life coach?
I did not.
No, you didn't do that one?
I did not. I did not do the life coach thing, but
well, that worked out. That's fine.
Yeah, I did. I enjoy meetings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like today, I hit meetings.
Nice.
I mean, even the meetings that I went to before I have a job. I mean, before I worked here, because one of the meetings that I went to falls on a day that I work. But sometimes, like some of the guys want to go, and we just go.
Yeah, you take the clients.
You know what I mean? And if they want to go, I'll take them.
Good.
If they want to go to the park, I'll take them. Like whatever they like, I want to treat them how I want to be treated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right on.
And if they want to go do something and they don't want to, then I'm taking them.
What a crazy time to get clean. During COVID. Gosh, I'm so like in admiration of the strength that requires, because like there was like no in-person meetings for a while.
Yeah.
Or you could find them. We were making them happen, but it's like having to come to meetings and not see people's faces and not be able to socialize afterwards and go to restaurants because of lockdown protocol and stuff. Like that's a tough time to get sober, man. That's an admirable feat that you accomplished.
Yeah, and I think about that.
Yeah.
I think about that, like, because, I think about, like, years down the road, like, man, I got sober during the pandemic. Like,
right.
if I can get sober during a pandemic, you can get sober right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
But really with me, it's all about the want. Like, you got to really want this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And other times I didn't, and I know I didn't.
Yeah.
I came into treatment, and I knew exactly what I was doing when I was leaving.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm not saying like someone can't hear something, because it happened to me. Like I said, I left detox, and my mind was still in a not the greatest place, but I was also only 7 days clean.
Yeah.
And it could change the next day.
It's interesting, like the other side of it as someone now who works in treatment, helping other people. Like how it feels to like really, really hope that somebody gets it. And you see them come in, and they're all twisted up, and that they have those same bright ideas that you had about leaving and getting high again, and you're like, all you can do is try and hope. That's it.
I mean,
that's all you can do.
And pray for them, pray that they don't, that because these drugs out here are really, really killing people, man, and it's only going to get worse.
I know.
And it's sad to think about, but no one could tell me, you know what I mean, like that I could take all the advice I wanted, but until I was ready up here, or ready in here, really, I wasn't taking any advice.
Oh, man. Well, I'm glad that you look so great these days, man.
Man, I feel great.
You do. You're glowing,
I feel great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sunburned a little bit. I actually got to go to the beach.
It doesn't look like a summer. It looks like a tan now.
Yeah, well.
My man's moisturizing.
Yeah, moisturizing. Yeah, man, I feel so good today, man. It's really hard to, I can't express in words, like, you know what I mean? And as long as I keep putting in the work, like, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a good feeling to know that I got my family, I got friends I got people on my team, like, that are here for me.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing for me, like community, unity, people, like that's my thing.
Amen.
That's what helps me the most in this.
Right on, brother. Yeah. I'm happy that you're here working with us, and I'm really proud of seeing you get that year. That was a really exciting day for me seeing that.
It was great. Yeah, and
another guy that I knew, like, he got a year. I was like in LA, like I didn't show anybody your picture or anything. I was just looking at my phone and they're like, "What's up?" I was like, "My dude got a year."
Hell yeah. Yeah, man, it was an awesome feeling, and everyone, like, I actually had people who genuinely, like, were proud of me.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I was proud of myself, but it feels good.
Yeah.
Knowing that people are, like, genuinely proud of you.
Yeah.
And there's difference between, like, saying I'm proud of you and really, like, feeling that someone's proud of you.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And I was walking through here, I think it was like one of my first shifts here. I was walking through here and I could just feel the love. You know what I mean? And it's this program. Before I came here, like I said, I wasn't 100% ready.
Yeah.
And then this program really saved my life. Like, it really, really saved my life, because I would no doubt be dead. If I went back out, I would no doubt be dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For sure, because I went, I took it all away whenever I was using. Like, there was no just a little bit. There was no, like, I don't know, people call it a hiccup where you, like, go and use for a day. Like, that is just something I don't do. Like, if I go back out, I go back out. And I would for sure be dead. But Oasis, man, just really saved my life. And I'm forever grateful for Oasis for not only helping me and showing me a new way to live, but also, giving me an opportunity to help other people. And I'm eternally grateful.
Well, I think that's a great place to end off, bro, because it was a very powerful endorsement of this beautiful place that we kind of call our second home.
Yeah, it really is, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Right on, man. Thank you for joining me today, dude. I love you, man. Congrats on the year.
Thank you so much.